Hello, BBN. Supposedly, if a fan were asked who the best guy in Kentucky is right now, many might say Oweh, of course. But perhaps the answer is wrong. You didn't expect that, did you? Let's see what's new with the Wildcats. While all eyes inevitably turn to Oweh, a rising star who has everything to solidify his status among the best players in the country, there's another name that deserves special attention when discussing the Wildcats' future: Jalon Low. The question among fans is clear: who will truly be the most important player on this team? And while Oweh is undeniably the beating heart of the team, there are strong indications that Low could be the key to taking Kentucky to the next level. Coach Mark Pope has demonstrated impressive strategic vision since taking the helm of the program. His approach not only values individual talent, but also seeks to maximize the team's collective potential. Jalon Low's role takes on even greater significance. A transfer from Pitt, Low arrives in Lexington with significant experience, including a solid 16.8 points per game average last season. However, he also carries with him criticism regarding his shooting efficiency, something Pope seems determined to correct. Summer workouts have been a spectacle, with Low capturing everyone's attention. Keen fans have already noticed signs of improvement in the point guard's game. Under Pope's guidance, he has worked tirelessly to fine-tune his shooting mechanism, both inside and outside the three-point line. This technical improvement could completely transform Low's impact on the team. Last season at Pitt, he was forced to shoulder a lot of offensive responsibilities, shooting more than 14 times per game on several occasions. At Kentucky, however, that load will be distributed more evenly, allowing Low to operate in more comfortable and efficient situations. Low's importance goes beyond the numbers. He's a versatile point guard, capable of creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates. His speed and passing ability are traits that can challenge any opposing defense. If he can maintain his average above 15 points per game, but do so more efficiently, the impact on the team will be monumental. This will not only alleviate pressure on Oweh, but also create space for other players to shine within Pope's system. While Oweh remains the team's central figure, with his ability to dominate games and draw defenders, Low emerges as the X factor that could take Kentucky to even greater heights. Imagine a scenario in which Low consistently improves his shooting efficiency, while Oweh expands his offensive repertoire with more reliable three-point shooting. This kind of synergy could transform the Wildcats into an unstoppable machine, capable of competing with the best teams in the country. The truth is, college basketball is replete with stories of players who exceeded expectations and changed the fortunes of their teams. Jalon Low has all the tools to write one of those stories. His journey thus far is already remarkable, but the chapter he's about to begin in Lexington could be the most exciting of all. Under Mark Pope's leadership, he has the chance to prove that being a team's most important player doesn't necessarily mean being the most hyped, but rather the one who makes the difference when it matters. If Low reaches his full potential this season, the Wildcats will not only be among the top 15 teams in the country, but will also have a compelling case to be among the favorites for the national title. The combination of talent, strategy, and hard work could very well put Kentucky in a better place. The Wildcats are demonstrating relentless determination to attract one of the most coveted names of the new generation, Darren Rippey Jr., a five-star point guard and considered one of the top prospects in his class. The announcement that Rippey Jr. has rescheduled his official visit to Lexington for October 3rd to 5th is bringing excitement to the Kentucky basketball community, especially since this date coincides with the presence of Christian Collins, another high-profile prospect also attracting interest from the program. The change in the date of Rippey Jr.'s visit, initially scheduled for August, was motivated by weather issues, but this has not diminished Kentucky's drive to build a solid connection with the young player. On the contrary, The university has demonstrated remarkable effort to maintain a strong relationship. During a recent interview, Rippey Jr. revealed that conversations with the coaching staff have been marked by a warm and genuine tone. He highlighted Mark Pope's approachable personality, describing him as someone who genuinely cares about the players' well-being and maintains open and constant communication. This empathetic and engaging approach appears to be paying off, as Rippey Jr. stated that Kentucky's interest is insane. The point guard, whose list of suitors includes college basketball giants like Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, and Texas, received his long-awaited offer from Kentucky after an impressive performance at the NBPA Top 100 camp in June. That moment served as a watershed moment, cementing Rippey Jr.'s status as a top target for the Wildcats. His ability to dictate the offensive tempo, combined with his explosive athleticism and continuous improvement in his shooting, makes him an extremely valuable asset to any program. 247 Sports analyst Adam Finkelstein noted that Rippey Jr. not only possesses the physical tools necessary to dominate defenders, but also displays a competitive mindset that sets him apart in high-pressure environments. Furthermore, Rippey Jr.'s participation in the U.S. Under-19 camp this summer provided a unique opportunity for college coaches, including Mark Pope, to closely observe his development. Pope's presence at these events underscores Kentucky's commitment to closely monitoring the progress of its priority targets. As Rippey Jr. navigates a busy schedule of official visits to other prestigious universities, Kentucky stands out as a strategic choice for him. The program's rich tradition of developing high-level NBA players, combined with Mark Pope's modern and inclusive vision, provides an ideal setting for the young point guard to maximize his potential. The coincidence of Rippey Jr. and Christian Collins' visits to Lexington adds another layer of anticipation to the process. Both are players with unique and complementary qualities, which could result in a formidable duo should they decide to join forces at Kentucky. This possibility further fuels speculation about the program's future and reinforces the central role Mark Pope has played in the program. With the visiting calendar moving quickly, all eyes will be on Lexington in the coming months. Who's coming? With the recently released basketball schedule and some predictions, BBN has plenty of reasons to be excited as the team prepares to face one of the most demanding schedules in the country, packed with tough opponents, especially in the competitive SEC. The combination of a talented roster, a strengthened coaching staff, and a bold strategy puts Kentucky in a prominent position, with optimistic projections pointing to an impressive 25-6 record, which could guarantee a prime seed in the NCAA tournament. The regular season kicks off with a BBN United Tip-Off Classic presented by Kentucky Tourism, featuring 3 non-conference games that promise to heat up Rupp Arena. On November 4th, Kentucky faces Nicholls State, a historic debut against an opponent that, while less traditional, should not be underestimated. 3 days later, on November 7th, Valparaiso arrives in Lexington, bringing back memories of the Wildcats' past victories in both previous meetings. The opening stretch concludes on November 14th against Eastern Illinois, another new opponent, but one that should serve as an opportunity for Pope's team to showcase its depth and versatility. These early games are seen as near-certain victories, given Pope's impeccable record against lower-ranked teams last season, when the Wildcats avoided stumbles in non-conference matchups against lower-ranked teams. But the real test begins when the schedule tightens. The road matchup against Louisville promises to be a classic filled with rivalry, but the Wildcats are expected to win solidly, buoyed by the talent of the squad and the energy of the fans. On November 18th, in the prestigious Champions Classic at Madison Square Garden, Kentucky faces Michigan State, an opponent that demands respect but is likely to succumb to the Wildcats' dynamic play. Games against Loyola, MD, Tennessee Tech, and North Carolina Central are also seen as comfortable victories, maintaining the positive momentum. The first big battle comes against Gonzaga on December 5th at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, where the prediction points to a possible loss, given the Bulldogs' strength. However, the team quickly rebounds with wins against Indiana and Bellarmine, although the matchup against St. John's at State Farm Arena in Atlanta on December 20th is projected to be another loss, considering the quality of the opponent and the neutral environment. With this, Kentucky should close the non-conference phase with a solid 11-2 record, a result that reflects the strength of the roster and Pope's ability to prepare the team for big moments. As the SEC season begins, the challenge intensifies. The conference, which sent 14 teams to the NCAA tournament last year, is a minefield, with any team capable of surprising, especially on the road. The SEC opener against Alabama is predicted to be a loss, as the Crimson Tide, with its experienced roster, are a formidable opponent. However, Kentucky is recovering at home against Missouri and Mississippi State, showing resilience. The game against LSU in Baton Rouge is projected as a win, as are the matches against Texas, Ole Miss, and Vanderbilt, the latter on the road. The visit to Tennessee, however, is seen as a loss, given the Volunteers' strength in their home arena. The SEC season continues with Kentucky dominating at home against Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Georgia, but facing setbacks on the road against Florida and Auburn, two teams that always make life difficult for the Wildcats. Closing the regular season, wins against South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, and Florida at home solidify a 14-4 record in the SEC, a performance that reflects the team's consistency and talent. With a projected 25-6 overall record, the Wildcats would be in a prime position for the NCAA tournament, with a strong chance of securing the number 1 seed, or, in the worst-case scenario, the number 2 seed. This performance would be a testament to the work of Mark Pope, whose tactical prowess and ability to bring out the best in his players already yielded a Sweet 16 appearance last season with a 24-12 record. Assistant Mark Fox's contract extension, now with a $500,000 salary through 2025-26, reinforces the stability of the coaching staff, with Fox bringing his nearly 2 decades of experience as a head coach to guide young talent like Oweh, who has emerged as a key player in the playmaking department. The challenging schedule, with 21 games against teams that were in the last NCAA tournament, including 7 against Sweet 16 teams and 5 against the Elite 8, is a litmus test for the Wildcats. Share your thoughts.